Morning. What a weird start today has been. The plane you heard go by as we were stabilising today's stream is literally the first one that's come into the southern runway. Everything's gone north, and then for a good while nothing was coming into the airport at all. But we're up and running. Back with StatCam, back at Myrtle Avenue. What a beautifully warm sunrise I've witnessed this morning. Absolutely glorious. And we're ready for some superb, nothing less than superb plane spotting today, I think. So get yourself settled in. Quick hello to the people that were early in the chat. Darren Graham Photography, welcome back. Good morning to you. Paul Freeman, as always, welcome. Wids, good morning to you. Wids checking in from Poland this morning. Welcome along. Let's get into it. How about that then? First court arrival of the show. One of my favourites, A350. That one came in from Philly. So for the first little while, it'll be a mixture of arrivals, both here on the southern runway, but also on 27 right, up until about 7 o'clock, when the northern runway will be used only for departures, and we'll be sticking with arrivals here on the southern. Next up for us, British Airways Flight 78 coming in from Accra. Another A350. You can see with zero wind today how nice and stable StatCam is. Those that watched our last stream from here when it was very windy would have witnessed a very different sight. But we're thankful for the calm day today. Quick glimpse of a north side arrival. Because of our position in here at Myrtle Avenue, you don't get too much of a shot because they disappear behind all the hangars. There she goes. Next arrival, up close and personal here on the south side. British Airways flight 112 coming in from JFK. That one 777-300 ER. Okay, A380 Southside arrival. This is Qantas Flight 1 coming in from Singapore. 13 hours 40 minutes of flight time. We'll pick that up on our main camera in a second. It's all looking good out there this morning, isn't it? Beautiful day to come out plane spotting. Look, TXP Gaming, good morning to you. Del Woods, welcome. Look at that turning on from the north. Absolutely awesome. Love this spot. Awesome. Qantas A380 right up front. Never gets old, that. Look, TXP absolutely cracking. There was a little chill in the air when I got here at about 4:45. But it's warmed up beautifully, and it's going to be a hot one, I think, just like yesterday. So whilst we're just getting settled in for a morning of plane spotting here from Heathrow Airport, can we just have a check on audio video? Let me know, thumbs up, thumbs down, anything I need to adjust. Next arrival, Royal Brunei, coming in from Dubai on a 787-8. Beautifully silhouetted against the rising sun here in West London. Next Southside arrival, British Airways flight 124 from Bahrain. That one, a 777-200ER. A sprightly young fella at 26 years old. Next up, here on runway 27 left, our first American Airlines of today's show. This one, flight 100 from New York JFK. Following that one in, Delta Airlines with a 767-400. That one's coming in from Atlanta. For those that watch the show regularly, you can see just how much that tree has grown, blocking out the arrivals for that last little bit. Few little streamers off the control surfaces on that American. A little bit of moisture in the air early on. You can see emerging from the tree line on our stat cam, our next A380 Southside arrival. That one, Qatar Airways Flight 11, coming in from Doha. 6 hours 50 flight time for that one. And this particular airframe, 7 years old. It looks so awesome before they drop their landing gear. Quite imposing looking, isn't it? Heading straight for us. It's a long way out. So as we watch the A380 steadily getting closer, we'll switch to the Delta. What a day to be out watching the planes. Absolutely love mornings like this. Jag, good morning. Did this for you, you know. What time is it where you are? Sort of late evening? Not sure what the time difference is, but welcome all the same. So in the background, behind this amazing King of the Skies, British Airways 142. That one's coming in from Delhi on a 787-8 Dreamliner. Oh, there we go. Even more commitment from the legend that is Jag. Right, let's soak up this Qatar King of the Skies up close and personal here at Myrtle Avenue. What a beauty. Literally not a breath of wind in the air this morning, so definitely no issues for the flight crews bringing their beasts into Heathrow. A380 King of the Skies number 3 now on the horizon. That's Etihad Flight 11. That one coming in from Abu Dhabi as always. That one also 7 years old, same as the Qatar we've just seen. They'll have been sisters in the factory, wouldn't they? But before that, British Airways 142 from Delhi. Jag, you had me there. I was starting to check a few settings in the background here. Well done. Being treated to some absolutely stunning visuals here at Heathrow this morning, as the sun is in just the right place to give us that starburst silhouette. Absolutely loving it. Jag, yeah, I'm really in favour of these early shows. The light is just incredible. In summer, what we do have of it over here in the UK, it really does get quite hot. I was down here yesterday with the stills camera and it was touching 30 degrees as we got to mid-morning and certainly later on in the afternoon. And that's not fun to be out in doing a stream. So yeah, temperatures are just right for doing a nice live show, either early morning or into the evening. Okay, all hail the king again. Stunning king of the skies, greeting us, passing right in front of the sun here at Heathrow, early on this nice summer's Sunday morning. For those that are watching, well done for the early rise, if you're over this side of the world. A very good effort. There's not many that like getting up early on a Sunday morning, unless they have to. So welcome along. Good to have you with us. Thomas Demick, good morning to you. Yeah, I was going to ask if anyone else is having issues with flight radar. It's a bit wobbly. So according to radar, this should be Saudia 119 coming in from Riyadh. We'll see if it's right or not. Thomas checking in from Japan. Nice to get the viewers far and wide. Just shows how far the love of aviation goes. All corners of the planet. Last independent thinker, good morning to you. Another one giving us some ribbons. Ali Hussein, good morning to you. What time is that Toronto flight due in? Next arrival then will be our first narrow body of today's show. Still a relatively long haul. JetBlue coming in from Boston. This one an A321neo. Following that, and being picked up nicely, centre screen on StatCam, is United Airlines at flight 1110 from New York. That one will be wearing the Star Alliance special livery. It's 767-300. Ali, yeah, I think we've missed that one, haven't we? Not to worry. Nick Feng, good morning to you. Has a friend on board CX255 from Hong Kong. Hopefully we'll get that here on the south side. Conan, good morning to you. Well, good afternoon it will be, won't it? Checking in from Australia. Welcome to you. Actually, it looks like I can see the Toronto following the Japan Airlines in, so we should pick it up at least for a little bit. It's going to the north side. Luke, good morning. Yeah, flight radar is playing silly this morning. Arturo, good morning to you. Very early morning, checking in from New York City. Welcome. Last independent thinker, yep, these are the red eyes that come across from the east and of course from the US, Mexico, Canada. Absolute brute, 767. And this is Air Canada in from Toronto. There we go. Not the best view you'll ever get, but at least we picked it up. About to emerge from that tree line is British Airways 174 coming in from New York JFK, 777-300. Nice stable approach and landing from that absolute lump, 777. On your screens now, it's Delta 16. This one coming in from Detroit. It's an A330-200. Once we've seen this one in, we'll see if we can pick up the Cathay Pacific from Hong Kong. That one wearing the One World livery. That will go north, but we'll pick it up as we did the last one. Look, TXP, yeah, there's a few people turning up now. For a long time, I was the only one in the park with no planes. And I don't mind saying, I was getting a little bit nervous. I knew what should be happening here this morning, but it just wasn't. But we're okay. All's well that ends well. we go. Cathay in from Hong Kong. Bosch gang, good morning to you. I hope you're well. Arturo, yes, Concorde is off to the left. I'll get a shot of it for you in a minute. It's swamped by a big triple at the moment, but we can still sort of see it. A380 King of the Skies number 4 for us here on the south side this morning. It's British Airways 206 in from Miami. Yep, 2 Cathay Pacifics, both from Hong Kong. I can see 255, which was the one that was flagged in the chat. We'll pick that up following the arrival of this A380. Lovely. On the screens now, Cathay Pacific Flight 255, inbound from Hong Kong. That one, of course, landing on the north side of the airport. Next arrival here on 27 left on the south side of the airfield, British Airways 54 coming in from Johannesburg. That one a 777-300ER. Sorry about that, Jag. Just going to have to multitask. Nick Fing, no problem. Thank you for stopping by. Glad we were able to catch that flight for you. Steve C, good morning to you. Welcome along. Enjoying the sights and sounds over at London City, the other side of the capital. Next two arrivals that we can see on StatCam at the moment. First one, Delta Airlines 58. That one's coming in from Boston on an A330-200. Following that in, Rwandair's A330-300. That's coming in from Kigali. 8 hours and 3 minutes so far for the Rwandair. So the next arrival is the Rwandair A330, following that in, lurking above the tree line on StatCam. Gulf Air Flight 7 from Bahrain, and that one is one of their 787-9 Dreamliners. Darren, thank you for stopping by, as always. Have a great day yourself. Steve C enjoying the Emirates overhead. They are quite low there, aren't they, over at LCY. Hopefully we'll get that on the south side here. No worries.
I'll take one of your pictures from far if you don't mind. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. No worries.
You carry on.
Thank you. Always nice to meet people in the park that want to know what we're up to, what's going on. Steve C, yeah, agree 100% on the time of day. Absolutely love being out for sunrise and sunset. Get some nice visuals. And we stream quite regularly at those sorts of times, so feel free to hit that subscribe and follow our journey as we pick up all these amazing sights and sounds at golden hour. So, as I was crossing my fingers for, A380 number 5 on today's show. That's crazy, isn't it? Less than an hour in. This is EK7, Emirates A380 from Dubai. Following that in, Ethiopian. That's coming in from Addis Ababa on an A350-900. What a place. Just reeling off all these nice big jets coming in from far and wide. 5 A350s, A380s even. It's bonkers. I have to remind myself sometimes how lucky I am to live relatively near to Heathrow. It's such a great airport to come and spot at. That one took a long time to get the nose down, but down all the same and looking awesome. Must be a bit odd, Steve C, to have watched that just a couple of minutes ago, going overhead at your place. Paul Denino, good morning. Welcome along. Jag, absolutely. Get your passport, pop over and enjoy what London has to offer. So as we look at StatCam, at the front is the Ethiopian A350. Following that in, Virgin 10, that's an A330neo coming in from New York JFK. Steve C, do you live near London City or are you there spotting? Very nice. Not envious at all. I quite like London City. I've done a few shows from there. We don't go there too many. But of course I always go north of the airport. And on days like today, we're kind of shooting into sun all day. So I don't really know of any areas sort of to the south really that you could stream from, so if you know, let me know. Next in then is the Virgin A330neo from JFK. Following that, our first shuttle service of today. That one coming down from Newcastle on an A320neo. That one beautifully photobombed by one of the many lorries that service the cargo ops here. Oh, look at that stack, building up beautifully. So at the front, we've got the BA shuttle. Following that one in, got British Airways 901, that's coming in from Frankfurt. And then at the back of the stack, as we look at it at the moment, United Airlines 231 from LAX. That one a 787-9 Dreamliner. Film Noir NYC. Good morning to you from London. Hope you're well. Thank you for joining us. Nice early one from Heathrow. So that shuttle arrival takes us through to 7 AM local and the completion of hour one of today's show. Unbelievable how quick they go by. I'm going to ask you kindly, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, hit that like button. Let's see if we can get a few more people watching the show through the recommendations. YouTube is heavy on recommendations, and that works through liking what you're watching. Of course, if you're not liking it, don't do it. It's absolutely fine. Next in is the United from LAX. Following that on an A350, Virgin 303 from Delhi. And back of the stack as we look at it now, British Airways flight 246 from Sao Paulo. That also an A350. Steve C, yeah, that's exactly what I've faced. It's a shame, really. And it's quite nice seeing the sun flickering off the water, I suppose. But yeah, nice accessible airport in terms of it being single runway. Doesn't matter whether it's on reverse ops or not. You get to see everything. Really need to go back at some point. Nick Woodward. I wish. Could have had an extra hour in bed. No, we kicked off as soon as they started landing here on the southern runway this morning, which has to be said was a little after 6. Soka Lover, good morning to you. What a great breakfast. Rum punch. Punch, even. Lambo, good morning to you. Welcome along. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday morning. Thank you, Steve. We'll check it out. Next in is the Sao Paulo arrival. British Airways A350. Following that in, we have another Saudia, again from Riyadh, on a 777-300. That one flight 111. And if we stick with StatCam for a minute, we should see, coming from the south, which will be the right-hand side of the screen as you look at it, Virgin 592 coming in from Orlando. That one, yet another A350. There she is, as we switch to our close-up camera. Nick Woodward, thanks as always for the updates. They're very helpful, not just for me, but for others in the chat that may not have access to radar apps, etc. Jag, yeah. Clean mode activated. It's the sun. It makes them all look lovely, doesn't it? Just going back through the chat for anything I've missed. Joe Fisher, good morning to you. Arturo, if you're still around, I'll catch a shot of the Concorde after this arrival. Some excellent trails off of that Saudia. There we go, that's all we can see of Concorde. Looking decidedly forlorn, in desperate need of a repaint. So our next arrival then is the Virgin from Orlando. Following that in, American 106. That's coming in from JFK on a 777-300. And back of the stack, visible just above the tree line, Air India Flight 161. That one a 787-8 from Delhi. Splash-proof tyres. Brilliant. Lambo, there's a company called Boom Supersonic that are trying to produce a modern take on Concorde. Not sure whether we'll ever see it or not. Soka, yep, crack on with that. I'll make sure I'm around to film it or to live stream it. I'm not sure that's enough money. Nice American triple touching down in the early morning sunshine here at Heathrow. Next in is the Air India. Following that, in from JFK, another red-eye overnighter. That's British Airways flight 176. Lambo enjoying the 777. They get a lot of love from the people on this channel. Bruce 747, good morning to you. What an excellent opening chat line. It wouldn't be the first aircraft that was a B&B, would it? Steve C. How mad is that comment? Next A380, 15 minutes. Some airports just never see them, do they? But yeah, Heathrow is A380-tastic. Sounds delicious, Jag. Just 1 AM. Aren't you doing well? Once again then, a big welcome to everyone that's chosen to spend their Sunday morning with us here at Heathrow Live. We're broadcasting from the famous Myrtle Avenue, covering arrivals onto the southern runway. That is runway 27 left. And it is glorious. Not a breath of wind in the air. Plenty of action, certainly on the heavy front. The overnight arrivals from far and wide. And for those that are new to our channel, your first time here today, you're now watching StatCam. It's a camera that we have set at long range to watch everything that's coming into the queue for arrivals. Quite popular on this channel, especially when it's not wobbling all over the place in high winds. It's markedly better when it's nice and steady. But yeah, that gives a nice shot of everything that's due. And of course, when things join the stack from the north or the south of the airfield, you get some nice shots of the aircraft banking into shot from either the left or the right. Next in then, United 14, inbound from New York on a 767-300. Big bruising 767 touching down there, making a racket as it did so. Next in, American 86. This one's coming in from Chicago on a 787-9 Dreamliner. A smidge over 7 hours flight time for this one. Following that in and centre stage on StatCam is Virgin 104. That's coming in from Atlanta on an A350-1000. And lurking in the background, it's Qatar 107. That one, an A350-1000. Inbound from Doha. Scarth, good morning to you. Welcome along. I hope you're having a nice Sunday morning. Saku, good morning to you also. Thank you for your updates in the chat. Keep them coming. It's always nice to know what we've got coming in. Emerging from the trees then, Virgin 104 in from Atlanta. So following the Qatar A350, that will be our next arrival. American 736, that one in from Philly. And then we have Thai Airways, beautiful livery. That's their 777-300. You're getting the Brucey bonus double this morning, Steve, aren't you? Get to see them all twice. Nick Woodward, thanks for the updates. What a beauty. Qatar A350 floating in from Doha. Robert Phone, good morning to you. Welcome along. Was that jump seat on 231 this morning? Soka, I'll see what I can do with that. Saku, yeah, we'll catch the Thai arrival. Robert, that's very cool. It's always nice when we get to catch people arriving. I'm assuming that came in on the south side, or was it an early north side arrival that we didn't? Next up then is the Turkish 777. Turkish, what am I talking about? Thai 777. Losing it.
Thank you much. This TC, hold out for one. We'll be ready to
Nicely done by the Thai Airlines. Next arrival here on 27 left at London's Heathrow Airport. American 730, that's coming in from Charlotte. Following that in, beautiful Singapore Airlines 777-300. That one in from Singapore. That will be over 13 hours in the air by the time that one lands. Unbelievable. Cowbridge Chris, good morning to you. Welcome along. Hope you're having a nice, relaxed Sunday morning. Next in then, the Singapore triple. Following that, Cathay Pacific. We've had a few of those so far this morning. That one in from Hong Kong on an A350-900. Cracking jet Singapore triple. I actually prefer that in that livery to their A380, and I'm a real big A380 fan, so that's saying quite a lot, isn't it, really? So as we look at StatCam, following the Cathay Pacific A350, with a British Airways shuttle service coming in from Edinburgh. Then the KLM service in from Amsterdam on a 737-800. And then just turning on their British Airways A380. That is King of the Skies number 6 for this show. So 2 little ones and a proper big one. Gotta love those A380s. Soka enjoying the turn on from the A380. That is the real benefit of our StatCam. They have a really nice, quite a tight bank-in turn to get onto the queue on finals for landing. It looks awesome. Tom Meredith, good morning to you. Welcome along. Thank you for choosing to spend some time with us here at Heathrow Live early on this Sunday morning. Plenty of action as always here at Heathrow. Of course, one of the many benefits of doing these really early shows is just how many heavies you get to catch. All the stuff that set off while we were tucked up in bed, making its way in for those first couple of hours. and we've had plenty so far today. There are about 10 other people in the park at the minute, Jag. That will increase steadily as the day goes on. Super popular spot here, Myrtle Avenue. Jens K, good morning to you. Checking in from Germany. Welcome along. Joseph Dixon, good morning to you. Next arrival then, King number 6. And as you can see, as we've spoken about on previous shows, an extended gap behind any A380 arrival. You wouldn't want to be caught up in the wake turbulence from one of these, especially if you're a little British Airways A319 from Toulouse. That's hanging well back. Here we go then. A380 number 6 today. Gorgeous. British Airways A380. I think that was Boston, that one. Another turning on from the south, giving us that nice left-hand banking turn. That's British Airways 116, 777-300 coming in from JFK. Before that though, we've got the British Airways from Toulouse. Following closely behind that, Lufthansa 924, that's coming in from Frankfurt on an A320neo. Jan, good morning to you. Checking in from North Holland. Welcome along, hope you're well. What a good analogy, Soka. Very good. That little 319 looking like a toy plane compared to the 380 that preceded it. It's a bit of a thing with those British Airways 380s. I think there's a couple that are missing part of the winglet now, aren't there? GC, good morning. Checking in from Auckland, New Zealand. Israel Barak, good morning to you. from Kyiv in Ukraine. Welcome along. James Martin checking in from Dubai. Beautiful part of the world. I'll be there myself next month. Can't wait. Welcome along. Next arrival then is British Airways flight 116 from JFK. 777-300 ER. Jag, not even the Heathrow live clean cam could make that look clean. Dirty flaps. Next in, Air Baltic A220. This one's coming in from Dusseldorf. Just over an hour of flight time. Following that in, British Airways 853 from Prague. James, yeah, absolutely love Dubai. A fairly regular visitor there. Not found anywhere to beat it, really. So very much looking forward to being back there in August. I'm sure it'll be nice and cool. Harry, good morning to you. Checking in from Ontario. Thank you for spending some time with us here on Heathrow Live this morning, bringing you all the action from the southern side of Heathrow Airport. You're currently looking at StatCam, showing the queue of arrivals that we're yet to get, should I say. One of the fun things that I've noticed going to Dubai quite often is if you go there July, August, September, the temperature, no matter what the temperature actually is, it nowhere will ever show above 49 Celsius. And I know exactly why that is. Yeah, I'll be sure to pack my puffer jacket, James. I fully intend to spend every waking minute in the pool. Jag, I'm pretty sure we've caught Air Baltic on here before. Maybe you were busy branding food, I don't know. Steve C. It is Scorchio, but you get used to it really quickly. Once you realise that when you leave the hotel, it's like walking into an oven. It's absolutely fine. Steve, are you starting to see a lot more of the 220s at London City these days? Triple Seven Paul, good morning to you. Welcome along to today's show. Next arrival, British Airways 158 from Bermuda, 777-200. Following that in, the two that we can see on StatCam, British Airways 723 from Geneva, and a company aircraft coming in from Hamburg. Nick Woodward, I would say to anybody, Dubai is well worth a visit for itself rather than just as a stopover. There's loads and loads to do there. It's really easy to get around, relatively cheap depending on what sort of break you're looking for, but yeah, superb. And of course everything is air conditioned for obvious reasons. 27 Fahrenheit. That just sounds really, really cold. Yeah, I remember a trip to the UAE. It was mid-September, and the hotel I was staying at, if I had the aircon any higher than 9, it was too hot. Which kind of gives you all the information you need. Barbara Moore, good morning to you. Welcome along. Happy Sunday. Yes. Yeah. No. Come back to you in a minute, okay? Sorry folks. Lots of people wanting to talk to me this morning. Yeah, I would have thought New York, between the two airports, would be the busiest from here when you look at how many United and American come through. I don't know about that, Jag. So whilst we've got a minute or so until our next arrival, once again, good morning to everyone who's chosen to spend some time with us here at Heathrow Live. We're at Myrtle Avenue, covering arrivals onto runway 27 left. Plenty busy it has been too. If you've been with us since early this morning and you haven't hit that like button, please do. It's free. It's not like Facebook. It does feed the algorithm for YouTube, and many people comment about how they found this channel and our shows through the recommendations. Our next arrival will be British Airways flight 1427. That's coming in from Belfast on an A320-200. Just 1 minute out now. This particular airframe, Golf Echo Uniform Yankee, 15 years old. I'll tell you what would be great for geeks like me is if these apps told you how many flight hours the airframes have on them. Mind you, if they give that sort of information over, maybe people will not fly if the numbers are too high. So following the Belfast arrival, we have Air France, first arrival from them on this show. That's an A318 baby bus coming in from Nice. Following that in, United Airlines flight 880 on a 777-200, and that's inbound from Houston. Harry, I commend your commitment to watching aviation live streams. 10 to 3 in the morning, that is good going. Steve, yeah, it's crazy the age of some of these jets, isn't it? My wife flew out a few weeks ago from here on a British Airways 777-200, and that was 26 years old. Pirat, good morning to you. Welcome to the show. Swag King, good morning to you. Checking in from India. Hope you're well. Jack's Aviation, good morning to you. That's interesting, Jack. Thanks for that. all out of proportion. Airbus A318. Was it the 318 that British Airways used to use to fly London City to New York with a stop in Ireland? I think it was. All business class. Jack's Aviation, yep, definitely is Myrtle Avenue. What a crazy concept that was. Having to stop for clearance and refueling. Bonkers. I think that was to appease people that would have used Concorde before it, isn't it? I think that was why it was in operation. Next arrival on an Airbus A320neo, Swiss flight 316, inbound from Zurich. Following that in, our first Aer Lingus of today's show, also an A320neo, that one's coming in from Dublin. And the next heavy arrival, third in line, British Airways 248 from Rio de Janeiro, that one a 777-200ER. Jack's Aviation, I would go with your picks exactly the same. I'd put the 350 ahead of the 380 from outside to watch. I think it's a really sleek looking aircraft. Having flown on a few 380s, nothing has beaten that for me. So I would go A380 to travel on. Although I haven't flown an A350, so it might be a little bit unfair. Jag, yeah, that DC3. For those that don't know what Jag's talking about, did a live stream from Stansted, and it was around the time for the D-Day commemorations, and I didn't know there was a DC3 at Stansted, and I heard it first, and then when it appeared I got all giggly and excited. What a great sight it was though. Yeah, that was quite the moment when you're used to looking at hundreds and hundreds of Ryanair 737s and the odd cargo movement, and then this DC-3 putt-putting its way down the taxiway right in front of us. Definitely a moment to remember, that's for sure. Jack's Aviation, I'm just using a Sony RX10 Mark IV with a built-in lens. Hopefully that helps. For StatCam, I'm using a Sony AX53 camcorder. James enjoying the wind flex on these bigger aircraft. It is crazy, isn't it? Harry, we were talking about Concorde earlier on. We have got one here at Heathrow. You can only really see the tail of it from where it's positioned at the moment, and it's in need of some tender loving care. It's been left out in the elements and kind of forgotten, which is a real shame. Next in, British Airways 981 from Berlin on an A319. Next few arrivals then. First off, Air France, bringing in one of their A220s from Paris. Following that in, Bulgaria Air with another A220. That one's coming in from Sofia. And then we have a British Airways shuttle service from Manchester. Jax, I don't think that's silly at all. You can only use the airport for the destination you're heading to, can't you? I really like flying out of Heathrow. A lot of people moan about it. I've never had a bad experience yet, which is probably a silly thing to say a few weeks ahead of flying again. But I've always found it very straightforward, efficient. Bulgaria Air there doubling up on the A220 action, following Air France. Jag, what can I say? You're a legend. Appreciate your support of the channel, as always. I see what you mean, Steve. I've never noticed that before. It's like a cheapo number plate. Steve Kelly, good morning to you. Welcome along. So as we ticked past hour 2 with the arrival of the British Airways shuttle. Once again, a very good morning to you all. Hope you're having a great weekend. Thank you for choosing to spend some time with us here at Heathrow Live. Look at that, turning on from the north. Nice right-hand bank. That is American 20, in from Dallas, Fort Worth. We'll stick with StatCam for a moment. Absolutely love that banking turn onto finals. All the aircraft shimmering in the summer sun here at Heathrow. The rare summer sun, I should say. It's not been too bad for a couple of weeks. Next arrival then, British Airways 803, A320 in from Gothenburg. Following that, another British Airways, another A320. That one coming in from Paris. So in the background, the next aircraft to have joined the stack for the southern runway, Virgin 158 inbound from Boston on an A330neo. Joint Coin Stacks, good morning to you. Been lurking. I wouldn't have got out of bed if I wasn't doing this. Quite nice to have a lazy morning, isn't it? Munib, good morning to you. Checking in from Abu Dhabi. UAE being well covered in the chat this morning. We've got someone else watching from Dubai. This is Virgin 158 inbound from Boston, A330neo. Great looking aircraft. Apologies if you can hear a row going on in the background. There was a bit of a dogfight. There's some afters. Good old London. Next arrival then, American 136 inbound from LAX on a 777-300. Following that, a couple of narrow bodies. Got British Airways inbound from Nice and another from Hanover. Steve C, thanks for that info. I quite like that Virgin name their aircraft. Gives them a bit more of a personality, doesn't it? Rather than just another triple or another 350. So a little run of 4, maybe more, Airbus narrow bodies next to arrive at Heathrow, navigating their way into the southern runway between all the other heavy stuff that we've had all morning. Steve C, thank you for that. It's all practice, isn't it? I'll probably screw the next pan up now. Pressure. Excellent work, Jag. Good morning to you, Reg. Heading down to Myrtle Avenue. Make sure you bring some sunscreen. On your screens now, and next to touchdown on runway 27 left here at Heathrow Airport, British Airways 979. in from Hanover. A321neo, this one. Next up, British Airways shuttle heading down from Inverness. Hour and 9 minutes flight time for that one. Following that in, Lufthansa 2470 inbound from Munich on an A320neo. That one sporting our first One World livery of today's show. Very welcome to. Definitely is a train of the A320 family, isn't it, for the next few? Paul Willis, good morning to you. Happy Sunday. Hope you're well. Jack's Aviation, have a great day, whatever you get up to. Thanks for spending some time with us here and for the information you provided. See, that's what I mean, Steve. I love stuff like that. It just sort of gives a bit more meaning, doesn't it, rather than it being a hunk of metal that ferries people around. I think it's an interesting one, Steve. I mean, obviously BA aren't alone in this, but it's just a business, isn't it? You know, they want to make money. They don't really treat people particularly well unless you're paying the big bucks for business or first. I mean, a really good example of how you can be treated like cattle being rounded up is the flight we caught my wife returning from Dubai a week or so ago. There was a guy when they boarded over in the UAE that had paid extra for an upgrade, cabin upgrade, and then when he boarded they'd changed the aircraft type and they put him in economy, and of course he was rightly upset by that, and they wouldn't do anything. They basically threatened to kick him off if he didn't just sit down in economy. Which I think is absolute madness, because what are the chances, unless he absolutely has to, of that chap ever flying with that airline again? I know I wouldn't. Awful service. But those that fly regularly would also have noticed that full service long haul airlines are now providing way less than they ever did before. A lot of them you don't get complimentary hold luggage anymore, that's a paid extra, and then outside of your meals that you would still get, everything else seems to be an add-on now rather than, well, I mean, why call it full service if it's not full service? I can understand it, you know, if you're on a Ryanair or an EasyJet or Spirit or Southwest across the pond, you know what you're getting, don't you? And you know that you're going to have to pay for everything, literally everything. I think those days of full service being real are long gone. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I'm talking about, Steve. That's just garbage, isn't it? That's not what you paid for. Absolutely, Jag, greed does rule. Shame, but it is true. And I think you could talk all day, couldn't you? And you'd have countless stories of people that have been let down by airlines. But it is just about their mindset is, we're a business, we're here to make money, and we'll do everything we can to make a bit more. I understand it. It's just not great from the customer perspective, is it? This is American 108 inbound from Boston on a 777-200. Nice bruising American triple. Next up, British Airways flight 423 inbound from Amsterdam. Following that one in, we have a British Airways A320 from Zurich. And then to complete the hat trick, another British Airways A320. That one coming in from Munich. Steve C, thank you so much. That is a very, very generous donation and very much appreciated. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. It's been lovely having you on the stream today. Hopefully we'll see you again. Freon, good morning to you. Welcome back to the show. I hope you're having a nice morning. Into another little run of Airbus narrow bodies. Next arrival is the Zurich inbound, 1 hour 24 in the air for this one. A320-200, 16 years old this airframe. Freon, you're more than welcome. Put as much information as you want in the chat. Everyone appreciates it. Jag, let's do it. I'll provide the branding. You can design everything and you can be the main investor. How's that? I think it was Jag, I'll have to look back in the chat, saying that there was a marked change in how airlines, their mindset since COVID. I mean, don't get me wrong, that would have rocked the industry more than I can ever imagine, because they rely on movement all day, every day. But it's kind of short-sighted, isn't it, to stiff the passenger as a result. Zohair Sheikh. That's amazing. Really glad we managed to catch your arrival. We had a little run of passengers catching their arrival or departure live on our streams. It's always nice to hear from them afterwards, or as Jacob last week was actually on board letting us know, which was superb. Smart looking Egypt Air Neo, touching down on runway 27 left. Next arrival then, time for another heavy. Air Canada 856, this one's coming in from Toronto. 787-9 Dreamliner. Beautifully smooth arrival for the Air Canada Dreamliner. Next in, Virgin 6 from Miami on an A330-300. Just see that one disappearing off the left of StatCam. Two aircraft fully on screen on StatCam. British Airways 761, that one's inbound from Oslo. And Aer Lingus A320neo coming in from Cork. Few late corrections needed there from that Virgin A330 to line up centre. There's very little wind around. Jag, you know you can always practice. Just get a couple of nice aircraft images and brand them up as Heathrow Live Airways. I think our logo would look great on the tail of an aircraft, wouldn't it? So as the action continues here at London's Heathrow Airport, a very warm welcome to all those that have joined us this morning. It's great to have so many of you tuning in to our early bird show. We began our live at just after 6 AM. And it was looking a bit hairy prior to then because there were no movements. Everything was held in holding patterns north and south of the airfield. I was starting to wonder what was going on, but it all came good. It's interesting, Nick. Is that because they're replacing them with the Neo version? Freon, I'm definitely not going to be live all day. We're going to be running the show probably for another hour. So a nice little quest for you, if you wish. If you can have a look and see what we can finish today's show on around 9:30. We like to finish with a heavy. So see what's looking likely and let me know. That would be great. One thing I really enjoy about doing these early start shows is, as you'll see if you were with us or if you have a look back later, when we started we were shooting directly into the sunrise. All the planes were beautifully silhouetted and you couldn't tell one from another apart from my commentary until they were way past us. And of course now the sun has risen high into the sky nice and quickly, as it does in the summer, and everything's taken on a completely different complexion. Very smart Scandinavian Neo touching down there. I like that the logo is sort of, it's got a metallic kind of look to it, and it caught the sun beautifully as it came past us there. In dull conditions you can hardly see that logo. Next in, Delta 1 from JFK. This is a 767-400. Next arrival, that's just going to disappear from our StatCam. It's the British Airways shuttle service coming down from Aberdeen, taking centre stage on StatCam. Absolutely stunning liveried aircraft. Finnair A350-900 coming in from Helsinki. Following that one in, out in the distance, British Airways 699. That was coming in from Vienna on an A320-200. Good morning, John Flynn. Welcome back. I hope you're well. Have a great flight. Beautifully big, bold livery on that Finnair. No mistaking what airline that is when you see it, is there? Next arrival then is British Airways 699 in from Vienna. Flight time 2 hours 5 minutes. We'll be touching down imminently. Following that in, United 904. That's coming in from New York on a 767-300.
This line 27 spread 699 with you.
Switch to crisp mode. It's making me feel hungry. Time for some 767 action then. one looking incredibly clean for a 25-year-old airframe. Just had a lovely Cargo Lux Queen go directly overhead. I was going to try and catch it, but then I blinded myself because it went straight past the sun. There'll be another one. Next arrival is the British Airways service from Dublin on an A319-100. Following her in, American Airlines 732. That one in from Charlotte on a 777-200. Ms. Wolves, good morning to you. Welcome along. I hope you're enjoying your weekend. Does anyone here remember the older American Airlines livery with the chrome finish? Jag, we're looking to be out once at the weekend, either Saturday or Sunday, and then on a Wednesday in the evening whilst we've got the summer light. It's all weather dependent, of course. I haven't looked ahead, but all things being well, it will be Wednesday. Gary, missed you there. Good morning to you. I hope you're well. Yeah, that chrome was awesome, wasn't it? It's like those Airstream, is it called Airstream? The caravans they used to have in the US. You see every sort of nick and bump. Cracking looking aircraft they were. I said on a previous show, it would be amazing if they could do one of their Dreamliners in that retro livery. Is it actually your birthday on Wednesday then, Jack? Conrad Milson, good morning. Next couple of arrivals then. First up, shuttle service from Manchester. Following that one in, another British Airways, that one in from Barcelona. Oh, very nice. Have you got anything else planned for your birthday? So completing the back-to-back Aer Lingus arrivals. This one's in from Shannon, A321neo. Following that one in, Delta 50 from Salt Lake City. That's an A330-200. The aircraft on your screens, courtesy of StatCam, is British Airways Flight 188. That's coming in from New York on a 787-10 Dreamliner. Following that one in, lurking in the treetops, Iberia, A330-300. That one coming in from Madrid. Never fail to amuse me, Jag. My favourite thing to do on a birthday, and I tend to try and get away from my birthday whenever possible, is a surf and turf meal. Steak and shrimp or steak and lobster If I can have that, then nothing else matters. And of course, Mrs. Heathrow Live, the lovely Angelina, always makes it happen. Nick Woodward. Brilliant. Out in the distance on StatCam is United 27. That's coming in from Denver. 8 hours and 7 minutes for everyone on board that 787-9 Dreamliner. What a beauty that was. The plane, not the truck that photobombed it. Thank you, Heathrow. Nice A-road flight. Good morning to you. Thank you for joining. It is beautiful down here today. It's getting rather hot now. It was okay. Well, actually, if I'm honest, when I got here to set up, it was slightly chilly, which I was thankful for because I knew how hot it was going to be today. And it is roasting. Somewhere out there on the StatCam is our first twin prop of today, ATR 72-600, courtesy of Logan Air. Looking forward to that one. Flight, I meant to find out. I had to leave your stream yesterday because I came down here to take some pictures. Did John from Drones and Planes ever get away, or was his flight cancelled in the end? Next arrival here on runway 27 left at London's Heathrow Airport. British Airways flight 543. That's inbound from Bologna on an A320 Neo. Wow, that is some delay, isn't it? At least he, at least he got his holiday. Somewhat belated. How awful. Jag, pleasure as always. Much appreciate your support of our channel. Have a great sleep. Enjoy what's left of the weekend. And hopefully we'll catch you on Wednesday. If we don't, have a great birthday. And we'll see you again soon. Take care, buddy. Okay, folks. Prop time here at Heathrow. Who doesn't love a prop? Loganair, inbound from the Isle of Man. What a great sound. ATR 72 dropping into Heathrow. So the next few picked up on StatCam. Front of the stack, British Airways 865 inbound from Budapest. Following that in, Vueling A320-200, that's in from Barcelona. And third in the line, Scandinavian, it's an A320neo coming down from Stockholm.
Royal Link 23 Alpha 1 holding point at 126 minor kilometer.
Sleep delay. Brilliant. Lunch today, or quite fancy fish and chips. Okay, so as we've just ticked past hour 3 of today's show and into our last half hour before we say goodbye to Heathrow for a few days. Thanks ever so much for everybody that has been with us this morning. It's been great in the chat as always. Excellent community that we're building up here at Heathrow Live. Thank you for your feedback, flight. Much appreciated. And you could see there from that Scandinavian what we were talking about earlier in the show, where the SAS logo is like a sort of satin, almost mirrored finish. Really picks up the sunlight beautifully. Mike Wild, good morning to you. Welcome. This is Virgin 166, inbound from Montego Bay. Next couple of arrivals then, to the left of StatCam, Air Canada 852, that one's in from Toronto, 787-9 Dreamliner. Following that in, a little British Airways A320, that's inbound from Stockholm, flight time 2 hours and 6 minutes, and counting. And bringing up the rear as it stands at the moment on StatCam, Malta Airlines, with their A320neo. Air Canada's Dreamliner looking beautiful in their baby blue livery. Very nice indeed. Nick Woodward, thanks for that. That may well be the show finisher then, the Q8 777. StatCam as always bringing us a nice sneak peek of what's coming in. And if we stick with StatCam for the next minute or so, we should see British Airways 777-200 banking in from the south of the airfield, so that'll be on the right of the image with a nice left-hand bank. Here she comes, sweeping in to the back of the queue for arrivals. Peter Val, good morning to you. What an awesome sight that is. Yet another banking turn onto the stack, this time from the north. That one is American 38, inbound from Miami. Next up for us is the Air Malta A320neo. Petrus, good morning to you. Welcome to the show. I hope you're having a good Sunday. Next arrival here on Heathrow Southern Runway, British Airways shuttle service heading down from Edinburgh. Less than an hour in the air for this one. Airbus A319. So as we just caught the edge of the British Airways 777-200 disappearing from StatCam. We'll pick that up on the main camera in a second. Centre screen now. American 38 in from Miami. That's a 777-300. Another super smooth arrival here at Heathrow. There's next to no wind today, so the aircraft having no issues whatsoever, approach and landing. The next heavy to appear on our StatCam is British Airways 202, that one inbound from Boston. Flight time just over 6 hours so far. It's a 777-200. Following the Boston 777-200, British Airways 593. That's the little A321neo inbound from Venice. And following that one in, Austrian Airlines in the Yes to Europe special livery, A320neo inbound from Vienna. We're into another little run of narrow body Airbuses. Seen this a few times this morning. Seems like the tower squeezes them all in a row. There's BA 593 touching down safely from Venice. Next in is the special liveried Austrian Airlines 320neo from Vienna. William Weiss, good morning to you. Very early morning. Watching from Florida. Welcome along. Next up then, British Airways shuttle. This one heading down from Glasgow. 57 minutes of flight time for this A320.
Runway 27 left, clear to land, shuttle 17 here.
And still they come, the 320 Neos descending on Heathrow this morning. Next one, BA 879 from Warsaw. Following that in, yet another Scandinavian, this time from Oslo. The big one at the back of the stack, Virgin 136, inbound from Orlando on an A350 1000. Lottie Lou, good morning to you. Oh, that rhymed. Good morning, welcome along. Joining the queue and viewable on StatCam now. Behind the Virgin A350 is British Airways Flight 94, inbound from Montreal. That one a 787-8 Dreamliner. Scandinavian shimmering in the summer sun here at Heathrow. So we had a little run of narrow bodies, now we've got a run of heavies. Joining the back of the stack, British Airways 114, inbound from JFK. Flight, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you for popping by, much appreciated. Take care and we'll see you again. And for any of those in the chat don't know about Flight, they are a streaming channel, stream out of Manchester. Go check them out. What an absolute stunner. Beautiful aircraft. Next in then, BA94 from Montreal. Getting ever hotter here at London Heathrow, not just the action, it's definitely warming up. Next arrival then, British Airways 114, inbound from JFK on a 777-300ER. Following her in, United 948, inbound from San Francisco. What an absolute beast. Big chunk of aircraft, British Airways. So the Kuwait 777 inbound from Kuwait City, which will be our closeout for today's show. Starting to wind its way down from north of the airfield. That will be here in a few minutes. I do love the United in that blue livery. Pops really nicely in the sunshine. Next up, British Airways 599, A320 inbound from Venice. Behind that in the stack, Lufthansa 902, that's coming in from Frankfurt. And then our first 737 MAX 8 of today's show, LOT Polish Airways, that one inbound from Warsaw. Stack cam beautifully picking up the left-hand bank of the Virgin A330, that's inbound from Boston. Joseph Dixon, good luck for tomorrow then. Hope it all goes well. I can't remember a Heathrow live stream that wasn't punctuated by blue lights and sirens. There's always something going on around here. What a bonkers place. Nice clean Lufthansa Neo, complete with bandit mask. Looking very smart. Next in, the LOT MAX 8. Then we have the Virgin A330 inbound from Boston. And you can see there, lurking in the background, our last arrival of today's live show. That is the Kuwait Airways 777-300, that one coming in from Kuwait City. Joseph, thanks for your kind comment. You're always welcome to lurk, as is everybody else. Okay, final arrival of today's live show as we're waiting for this one to approach. Just want to say a massive thank you to all those that have taken time out from their weekend to join us yet again. Really enjoying your company. The chat today was brilliant, really engaging. So it's great to engage with all the people that watch our show. Nice to see Flight on here as well. Once again, go check them out. They are based at Manchester Airport. Very professional live streaming channel. Give them a watch. If you haven't given us a like during today's show, please smash that like button now. And if you want to catch us on future shows, of course, you know to subscribe and hit that alerts bell. There we go, folks. Another show in the books. Had another great time with you guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, whatever you get up to. We're looking to be back out Wednesday evening. So if you can join us, that would be great. If not, I'm sure we'll catch you again soon. To the mods, a massive thank you. We really appreciate the job you do each and every time we hit that go live button. So yeah, thank you so much. All those that have left kind comments, much appreciated. For the donations, very generous of people in the chat. Always appreciated by us here at the channel. And that, as they say, is a wrap. We'll catch you on the next one.